Have you ever felt caught in a relationship pattern that just doesn't make sense? Like you're constantly walking on eggshells, questioning your own reality, or feeling drained and invisible, even with someone you care about deeply? If so, you're not alone. Many people find themselves in confusing, painful dynamics without understanding times, why times. And often, the answer lies in understanding certain personality traits, specifically what we call narcissistic traits, and how they quietly shape our closest connections. Today, we're diving into the hidden dynamics of narcissistic personality traits and their powerful, often damaging impact on relationships. This isn't about labeling people or giving out diagnoses. Instead, it's about understanding a set of behaviors and patterns that, when present, can make true, healthy connection incredibly difficult. And more importantly, it's about helping you understand these dynamics so you can protect your own peace and build a life of genuine connection. So, what are we talking about when we say narcissistic traits? At its core, it's a pattern of behavior marked by a deep need for admiration, a strong sense of entitlement, a lack of real empathy for others, and often a fragile self-worth hiding underneath a confident exterior. Think of it like this. The person needs to be the center of attention, often believes they are special, and struggles to truly understand or share in your feelings. They tend to see others as extensions of themselves or as tools to meet their own needs. Now, let's look at how these traits play out, because the way these relationships start is often incredibly seductive. The first hidden dynamic is often called the idealization phase, or what many call love bombing. Someone with narcissistic traits can be incredibly charming, attentive, and seemingly perfect at the beginning. They might overwhelm you with compliments, grand gestures, and intense declarations of love. They make you feel seen, understood, and absolutely special. It feels like you found your soulmate overnight, like they truly get you in a way no one else ever has. They might even mirror your hopes and dreams, making you feel like you're perfect for each other. This is powerful because it taps into our deep human need to be loved and valued. But here's the crucial part. This idealization isn't usually based on truly seeing and valuing you times for who you are. It's often about what you represent to them, a source of admiration, attention, or a way to boost their own image. Then, slowly, the mask begins to slip. This leads us to the second dynamic, devaluation. Once they feel they have you, or once you inevitably fall short of their impossible standards, the shift happens. The compliments dry up, replaced by subtle, then overt criticism. They might pick apart your appearance, your ideas, your friends, your family. Nothing you do seems quite right. This constant nitpicking chips away at your self-esteem, making you doubt yourself and work harder to please them. Another key dynamic here is the lack of empathy. When you're hurting, when you express a need or a feeling, someone with strong narcissistic traits often struggles to connect with your pain. Instead, they might dismiss your feelings, turn it around to make it about them, or even get angry that you're not prioritizing their comfort. Imagine telling them about a tough day at work, and instead of support, you get a lecture about how their day was harder or how you should have handled it differently. Your emotional experience becomes secondary, or even an inconvenience. Then there's the dynamic of control and manipulation. This can show up in many ways. Gaslighting. This is when they make you doubt your own memories, perceptions, or sanity. I never said that. You're too sensitive. That didn't happen the way you remember it. Over time, this makes you question your own reality, leaving you feeling confused and unable to trust your own judgment. Triangulation. They might bring other people into your conflicts, a friend, a family member, or even a past partner, to make you feel insecure or to shift blame. My ex never had this problem. Everyone else agrees with me. Playing the victim. When confronted, they often refuse to take responsibility. Instead, they'll twist the story to make themselves the victim, making you feel guilty for even bringing up an issue. The impact of these hidden dynamics on your well-being is profound. First, your self-worth starts to erode. When you're constantly criticized, made to feel wrong, or told your feelings don't matter, you slowly begin to believe it. You lose confidence in your decisions and yourself. Second, you experience profound emotional exhaustion. The constant need to manage their emotions, walk on eggshells, and justify your existence is incredibly draining. You might feel like you're in a fog, always tired, always anxious. Third, you might find yourself becoming isolated. People with narcissistic traits often try to separate you from friends and family who might see through their behavior or offer you support. They want to be your primary source of validation and control. Finally, you can lose your sense of identity. You might start changing who you are, what you like, what you believe, just to avoid conflict or to try and get their approval. You stop knowing who you are outside of the relationship. So, how do we use this psychological understanding for self-improvement? The first and most crucial step is self-awareness. Recognizing these patterns isn't about diagnosing the other person, but about understanding the dynamic you're in. It's about seeing clearly that their behavior is not a reflection of your worth. Once you can name what's happening, you begin to reclaim your power. Next, it's about setting boundaries. This is incredibly difficult in these dynamics because people with narcissistic traits often see boundaries as a challenge to their control. But boundaries are essential for your mental and emotional survival. This means deciding what you will and won't accept, what you will and won't discuss, and what actions you will take to protect your space. It might mean limiting contact, refusing to engage in circular arguments, or even ending the relationship if it's consistently damaging. Remember, a boundary is for times you, not a way to change them. Third, rebuild your inner world. When your self-worth has been chipped away, you need to actively work to rebuild it. Then, this means reconnecting with hobbies you abandoned, spending time with people who genuinely uplift you, practicing self-compassion, and reminding yourself of your inherent value independent of anyone else's approval. Journaling can be incredibly helpful here, allowing you to process your feelings and solidify your own reality. Finally, seek support. You don't have to navigate this alone. Talk to trusted friends or family members who can offer an outside perspective. Consider speaking with a therapist who understands these relationship dynamics. A professional can help you validate your experiences, process the trauma, and develop healthy coping strategies. We can also help you understand why you might have been drawn to this dynamic in the first place, which is a powerful step in breaking the cycle for future relationships. Understanding the hidden dynamics of narcissistic traits isn't about condemnation, it's about clarity. It's about shedding light on patterns that keep us stuck and hurt. By recognizing these behaviors, you empower yourself to make choices that protect your peace, heal your wounds, and ultimately build relationships that are based on mutual respect, empathy, and genuine connection. Your well-being is not negotiable. And once you see the patterns, you can start creating a new, healthier path for yourself.